Hey everyone, welcome to Legal Research and Writing 1. I'm going to go through a Blackboard tutorial for you of how to use our Blackboard course shell. I am in student preview mode in my shell. I'm in student preview mode, so this is what you will see when you log into our Blackboard course shell, okay? So right now I'm on the home page. If you scroll down here, what I want you to really pay attention to on this page is just the announcements. I will make announcements there throughout the course term, so just make sure you're constantly checking it. When I make an announcement, an email will also be sent to your Kaiser University email, so just make sure you check that regularly. I always try to send emails to personal emails as well, but on the chance that I don't, just make sure you're constantly checking the announcement page, all right? Right here up on the left is the Meet Your Instructor page. And actually, before I dive into all that, let me just mention right here, if when you log into Blackboard, you are unable to see this blue link menu on the left, which is basically your lifeline for how to navigate the Blackboard course shell, it just means your menus collapse. So you would see that. You wouldn't see it there. You would just see that little gray arrow. Just click on that to expand it, and you'll be able to see it, no problem. Okay? So this is the Meet Your Instructor page. Obviously, that's me, a little background on me here. And here's my contact information. Please don't hesitate to contact me. Honestly, sending a text message is the best way to just get my attention, and then we can either set up a time to talk on the phone or we can maybe sort it out via text, whatever it is. But it's just the easiest and fastest way to get me. Please don't hesitate. I'm never offended. It's totally fine. All right? Just text me whenever you need something. I've done a little welcome video here for you, and this video is obviously going to be right down below here. It's also going to be in the student resources page, okay? Moving right along, clicking on the syllabus. Please review the syllabus, read it. There's a lot of information in here. It's going to basically be everything that you need to really know for this course, your textbook, again, my contact information, the course schedule, attendance and participation requirements, all of your various assignments, how everything's broken down into percentage grade, what's due when. And then here's a summary of the course calendar by week. The details of all the assignments I'll touch on in a moment. You'll find them in the weekly tabs over on the blue link menu. So give me a minute, but we'll go through all of those. But I just want you to review all of this, the syllabus. It's really important. Obviously, academic integrity, your exams, how to submit assignments, obtain your textbook, and various other requirements of the class. All right. So any questions on that, let me know, but definitely read through it and get familiar with it. And I'll be referring to it constantly throughout the term. I'll make sure you stay on it. I just want you guys to know that this class, it's a lot of work. And because the only way you learn how to research and write is by doing it, particularly writing. So I really need you to stay on top of your work this term. Obviously, if things come up, I'm very patient. I'm willing to work with you, but there is a lot of work this term. So if you fall behind, it's going to be tough to catch up in a meaningful way. So just keep on it. We're going to get through it. We'll grind through it. But this class does have a lot of responsibility that comes with it. All right. Not that your other classes don't, but there's definitely going to be a little bit more of a demand in this class, just given the nature of learning how to write and research and analyze legal documents, which is what you need to know how to do for this profession. All right. So moving right along, student resources tab. I put a bunch of helpful PDFs here that I'll be referring to throughout the course, but I would highly suggest downloading those, keeping those, because as you go through your career, they're just going to be a great reference to have. So hang on to those, and I'll be adding to this throughout the term as things go on. Again, my contact information, this video is right there before my contact info. Again, just reiterating course schedule, attendance and participation requirements. And I also put all of the assignments, a summary of all the assignments and the percentages that they are of your grade. And again, a summary of the course calendar and some various other information like getting your textbook and password and tech support. Some of this is a little repetitive throughout some of these intro tabs, but I do that because I just want to make sure if someone clicks on one tab, they see the same information that someone who clicks on another tab does. Similar here with program resources. This is more about the course in general, and our program, but I did, of course, reiterate the course schedule and attendance. You'll see some of the program goals and the mission, the program mission there. And again, password reset and tech support is always helpful. All right. So right here, if you click on this blue link that says library, it's going to bring you to the Kaiser library homepage. And that's going to be super important for you. So just make sure that you mess around with it and get comfortable with it. The Legal Help Center, I've created a bunch of helpful tabs here. So case briefing, it's going to be really important. You're going to learn how to brief a case this term, which is so important. You're actually going to be doing a bunch of writing assignments that involve briefing cases this term, because not only learning how to research and find the cases, but then read them, know how to analyze them, determine what's important and what's not, what does the case stand for, and being able to verbalize that in writing, I should say, to put it in writing for yourself and or supervising attorneys is vital to your role as a paralegal. And the more you do it, the better you're going to get at it and the faster you're going to get at it. So you're going to do a bunch of briefs this term, as well as a legal memo in week 3, which is a slightly different mode of legal writing, but I'll teach you all of it. But this is a case briefing summary kind of tab that should be helpful. And then I've also put a PowerPoint at the bottom here, case briefing PowerPoint. I'll touch on this when we're in class as well, but I just want you to know that it's here as a reference. Moving back into just back to the Legal Help Center, Westlaw, this is a brief description of what Westlaw is. Westlaw is the database I'm going to be teaching you how to use for legal research. To access Westlaw, just follow these instructions. It's very simple. You'll just go to you can click on this, go to the Kaiser University Library page. It will pull, you'll see a database drop-down menu right at the top. Just click on the drop-down menu, scroll to the bottom, it's in alphabetical order, select Westlaw, and it should, if you're logged into Blackboard, which is your Office 365 and password would be logged in already, it should just bring you right to the Westlaw website. If it doesn't, for whatever reason, and you need to log in, just make sure you'll just type in your Microsoft Office 365 email address through Kaiser and your password, all right, which is the same as your Blackboard login. And it should bring you right to the Westlaw page. If you have any issues, definitely let me know and I'll get in touch with a librarian, okay? But I've been able to access it with no problem. I log in the same way you guys would. So it should be pretty straightforward. Just going back to the Legal Help Center here, here's a link directly to the Kaiser Library page, so you can just click right on that. Especially when you want to go into Westlaw, it'll bring you right to that page where it says, where there's a database drop-down menu, and you can go right from there. How to cite, we'll talk more about that. I'm going to do a whole class on that in week 2, but I did provide a bunch of helpful information in that tab. And the Legal Jungle just has some helpful information that actually a different professor kind of put together with kind of plans for law school if you're interested, the LSAT, potential links that or websites that might have job opportunities for you. So you take a look at that when you get a free moment, okay? But hopefully this whole help center will be beneficial to you. The discussion tab, you guys are going to have one discussion board assignment this term, just in week 1, because the rest of the term we're really going to be focusing on writing. But in week 1, on Friday by midnight, you do need to engage in this discussion board. And the way you do it, you just click on discussion board. You would click on create thread. You can read the full assignment here, and then you would just, this would be the submission of your assignment. You could type in, week 1 discussion, whatever you wanted to put, and then you would type your answer all the questions, be thorough. You can see the requirements of the assignment are up here, and then once you're done, you would just hit submit. All right, and you can save a draft if you need to, and you want to, come back to it later. That's fine. But once you want to submit it, you submit it. And I can then see it, I can grade it, I can reply to it, I can comment, and so can your classmates. And part of the assignment is to reply to 2 of your classmates. So what you would do is when other students have created threads, their replies, they would be listed here. You could just click on it, read it, and then there's an easy reply button, okay? Any questions, let me know. But once everything's here, it should be pretty straightforward. Kaiser Live, this is where you're gonna go to get into our live classroom. It'll load in a minute. You would just click on legal research and writing one course room. And then when you want to get into the class, you just hit join course room. Okay, it's pretty straightforward. Let me know if you have any issues. But at this point, we've been online for so long, you all should be pretty familiar with how to do this. But again, if you have any questions or concerns, you let me know. If for whatever reason you are unable to attend class and you need to watch a recording of class, they will be located here. You just click up here on the left menu, these three little white lines. You'll see where it says recordings. You click on that. Obviously, there's no recordings here because they haven't been created yet, but they'll be listed by date, and you can watch any recordings you missed. All right. Continuing right along, just the Start Here tab. Please fill out the certification, ideally on Monday, August 3rd, when that term first starts, I should say, for this class. Even though we don't have class that day, it's certifying you'll abide by all the academic rules of integrity and no plagiarism. You're not going to cheat, all of that. And once you fill it out, I'll be able to mark you as present attendance-wise, and the university wants us to do that as soon as possible. So please just fill that out as quickly as you can once the term starts. And here's just a quick welcome message. Again, I've reiterated course participation. Obviously, do not plagiarize. And if you have an unexpected illness or something happens, just let me know, text me, we'll figure it out, and then we'll take additional steps as needed. Okay, hopefully that does not happen. Just quickly finishing up here, I just want to go through the week tabs real fast. Excuse me. In the beginning of each week, you're going to see a summary summarizing everything you need to do for that week. I put your readings, or what you're supposed to read. You guys all have the textbook, what you're supposed to read that week. If I update it or change it at all, or I only want you to focus on certain pages, I'll just update this and I'll let you guys know. So don't stress. I also put the PowerPoints here. I do update those PowerPoints, like kind of in the day or so before class, because I really specifically tailor them. And I give a lot of examples. I do a kind of a rough, broad overview initially. And then I really focus, I make them a little bit more lengthy and detailed. And they're there for your reference, and to keep them, use them, and study from them going forward. So that's why those are there. Week 1 discussion board, here's your quick, you could just click right on that and it'll bring you right to the discussion board page. You have a week 1 course objective exercise, as well as a week 1 drafting assignment. The way that you submit these assignments is through Blackboard. So for both the course objective exercise and for the week 1 drafting assignment, what you would do is you would just click on course objective exercise. You would click on, this is the assignment, read it, work on it, and do it in a Word document on your computer. And then when you're ready to submit it, you would click on Browse My Computer. You would select it as an attachment, just like you were attaching a document to an email, and you click Submit. And that would be how you submit the document, okay? And then I can see it and I can grade it, all right? Just make sure you don't submit it until it's done. That's why I always say do it in a Word document. You can save it, you can edit it, you can come back to it later, and then you would just submit your final draft, okay? That is going to be the same thing for the drafting assignment, same situation, and you would just, right there, Browse My Computer, same situation, click on that and upload or and attach the document and hit submit, just like you would as if you were sending an attachment via an email, okay? And then lastly is your weekly journal. I want you to fill out the journal each week. It doesn't get graded individually, but it counts toward your class participation grade. And the way you would do it, you would just click Create Journal Entry. You'd answer those questions that I asked. It helps me keep a good pulse on how you guys are doing in the class. If you have any issues or questions, if anything that you need, you can communicate with me that way. No one can see it except me. So it's different than the discussion board in that respect, okay? So it's a good way for us to communicate. And you would just type it up and then just hit post entry and it'll go to me directly, okay? And you have one of those for all 3 weeks, weeks 1, 2, and 3. So just make sure you do that because it counts toward your overall class participation grade, okay? And I want to be able to give you 100 on that. So week 2, same situation. All the information you need is here, the drafting assignment, course objective exercise, and when your midterm is ready, you'll see the midterm will be right here below legal research and writing 1 journal. All right, it'll be at the bottom of week 2, and I'll send further instruction on that Week 3, again, same situation. You're starting to see a pattern here. I hope it's clear. And then week 4, same situation, and you'll just see your final and your post-test exam will be posted right here at the bottom of week 4. Thanks, guys. Any questions? Let me know. Talk to you soon.